Welcome to the Style Blueprint, where crafting your personal design is made clear so you can authentically show up as you. Hi, my name's Julia Browning. I'm the lead stylist at Julia Renee Styling. Let's dive in. Non-existent and outdated style. These are words I hear countless times amongst my clients. When I walk into their closets, it's just this overwhelm of I have nothing to wear and anxieties. Can you relate? I feel like in this world today, we are just inundated with countless voices, influencers, and images telling us how to fix this problem just real quick. All you got to do is download this closet clean-out worksheet, limit yourself to a capsule wardrobe, invest in basics, stop buying clothes, rent your clothes, subscription service. The list goes on and on and on. Quick fixes or all these little tasks you can do, and voila, your outdated, non-existent style is now perfect and your anxieties are gone. In my experience, this just isn't true. Look, I'm an expert. I'm a professional. This is what I do. Style is a part of my being. And I would be lying if I said I walked into my closet every day and knew exactly what to wear and never had an anxious feeling about my clothes or what to wear. Because it's not about the clothes. It's about us and our feelings in defining what am I getting dressed for today? How do I want to feel? What will give me confidence? Be appropriate for my day. These quick fixes just don't cut it. Sure, they may help you on your journey. They can be helpful to our style, but to pretend like our style existence can just be remedied with just one of these options without acknowledging what is going on inside of us is most likely going to leave us back to a lacking wardrobe or even more confused. My goal as a stylist is when I offer closet counseling, it's to result in style longevity. I want to push women towards style solutions in hopes that it dampens your daily anxieties, which rise up in all of us when getting dressed. So how do we actually move towards that fresh feeling style? So we're inundated with countless voices, influencers, and images telling us how to buy this, etc. But the only voice in having that established style is that of your own. So the best way I look at this is I kind of narrow it down to three things. These are the three steps I suggest in taking towards just making that first step, because it can be so overwhelming with these worksheets and pull everything out of your closet. Like, please, whatever you do not pull everything out of your closet. It doesn't matter if you're the most focused woman in the entire world, you will burn out so quick, so quick. And then you'll be left with a mess, feeling even more defeated than when you started. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Do not get out all your clothes on your bed and start going through it. Don't do it. At least start seasonally and at least start with one section at a time. We'll leave it there. But let's go back to something more obtainable and that actually has longevity for this journey of you actually wanting to claim back your style. So the first thing I tell women is to narrow it down. You're going to hear me say this time and time again in many different ways, I'm sure. But we've got to start with what we are getting dressed for. We've got to narrow down our lifestyles. We have to put a name to our life. We've got to put to our life phases. We've got to put feelings to it. How do I want to feel when I'm dressing this way? You can put pieces to these life phases, even take it to the next step if you're ready for that. When I'm in motherhood life phases of the day, I like to be in pants because I'm going to find myself on the ground or bending over or playing baseball or doing something where pants is just something I don't have to think about. It's not fussy. So it's just an example. We've got to narrow it down. That's with lifestyle. We've then also got to narrow down our inspiration. So I always suggest that women make Pinterest boards, but there's other ways to do it too. But I'm going to use Pinterest because it's a really easy tool that we all have access to. But once you've narrowed down your life phases, you've got to then make these boards of, are you working, mama bear, travel, and you name your third if you have. But those are kind of three big ones I see a lot. And then we start pinning images to those boards freely. So then we can look at those inspiration boards and then start to see what is my vibe? What do I want to look like? We all don't look like those models and we know it, but that's the starting place to not start to see. I bet you'll find in some of those, you find, whoa, I'm in all neutrals. When I think mom, I think black, or I think neutrals. When I'm at work, I think pops of color. You'll see these similarities between these life phase groups and inspiration. It will help you to then not only see it, but recognize when you decide to get dressed for that life phase, which should be happening every day or every other day. You think, I know where to start. I'm going to grab that color blouse, or I'm going to grab these pants because I wear pants when I'm doing motherhood. I hope this is making sense. So that's it. We got to narrow down. We got to narrow down our lifestyle. We got to narrow down our inspiration. You hear me? I didn't necessarily say narrow down your closet, get to 33 pieces. No, that comes in time. Getting rid of things comes in time because you'll build confidence in knowing what you need. It is scary as hell to have somebody come in and start throwing away your clothes. Because to be fair, how is that person to know whether it could fit in another life phase if they just call it ugly? Now, I'm going to put a caveat here as a stylist. Yes, there are things because it doesn't fit you and can't be altered, or it just has had, its term has run out in your closet. Sure, throw it away. But if we have 200 items in our closet or more, you don't necessarily just need to box it all up and have 20 pieces and work through that. Oh my goodness, the stress that comes to me when I think of that is so high. I can only imagine what that might feel like for you. How limiting maybe. Or how sad because you see I spent all this money and now it's all garbage or it needs to go away. That doesn't help us in the journey. So narrow it down. Next, a way we're going to make our style feeling fresh is to work towards that fresh style. And that comes by after you've narrowed it down, we got to make a list. This list keeps us from impulse buying. It keeps our brain and mind focused on what we're actually looking for when we're out shopping. I like to call a good store, call it Marshall's, call it Nordstrom's, call it whatever, and just walk around and see where it takes me today. I just want a good buy. But if I've got this list in my head or these images into what I'm looking for, when I call through the racks, my brain will naturally just go more to those things because I've trained it to what it's looking for instead of just looking for a quick dopamine hit of like, ooh, this is sparkly. I think I'll buy it. I have no business buying a sparkly anything most of the time. But I do have business looking for a floral top because I know it goes with all of my boards and my inspiration. So I know I'll wear it. So, hey, if I find a floral top today, awesome. Check that off the list. Okay? I'm going to talk about this list too a little bit more to say, what happens when we just find a piece? Oh, I love it. You try it on and you love it. There are some good questions you can ask when you try this on. The first one I say is, what are you wearing this to? Do you have a trip coming up? Do you have job reasons or parties that you could go to with this? Is there a purpose for this piece of clothing that you have just fallen in love with? It's amazing when we feel that feeling and it fits us perfect. We love it. But what's its purpose? Because the next question we then move to is, do we have a full outfit we could put together with this? One outfit is enough. I prefer it to go at least 2 ways because I prefer longevity out of my clothes, and I typically buy clothes that have that are investment worthy. But I just want you to start with, do I own the pieces to make this fresh for me? Make this different. I like it to be more than just a pair of jeans, because we all know jeans can go with everything. But do you have the pieces to make this an outfit? Do you have the shoes? Do you have a layer piece? How could you play with this? Think about that in the dressing room. And if you struggle to answer that question, no problem. You'd then be willing to answer the next question, which is, are you willing to invest in a repeatable outfit now to go with this amazing piece? Because if we just buy this piece and say, oh, I'll find something to wear with it, if you don't have it now, I tell you from experience, most likely if you don't wear it in 3 days, a week I'll give you, it will just then sit in your closet with tags. That's how we end up with things with tags. Because we bought something, not because maybe we didn't love it, maybe because it checked all the boxes. It wasn't even just an impulse buy. But we didn't have the pieces to go with it. And we weren't willing to invest to make an outfit. I say to beginners, we start with buying outfits. Because then you know that you can wear it time and time again, which leads us straight into number 3, the thing I tell woman after woman, what is one of the keys to successful style, and it is repeat, repeat, repeat. Repeat your outfits. The average American used to buy 12 pieces of clothing a year. Now look, we're not in that day of time, and I understand that. And most of us buy way more than that, probably in a season. Some of us not, but many of us do. So I want to challenge us as we're working towards this feeling of style, that we are buying repeatable outfits. The clothes we use can be used over and over and over again in new ways. You hear I say, I'm not saying it need to be the basics, or you need to have a capsule, or you need to have this or that, because that doesn't work for everybody. Also, that can be very intimidating and very stifling, I feel like. Most women own many basics. I know I do. But I'm still building them all the time. All the time. My basic navy tank from 5 years ago is different than what I wear today. I actually just bought one last week. Because I've moved to a different style. I like a crop style when I used to like a longer style. It's okay for things to evolve. Not only is it okay, your style is going to evolve. Expect that. If a stylist ever comes in, or a friend or whomever, and just says, oh, I've come in and one and done, you are fixed. Red flag. Our style journey is never over. Our life is constantly transitioning, whether that's from kids to no kids, to work to management, from being raising kids to now a grandparent, to you name it. Our life will continue to change, which means our style continues to change, evolve, transform. We've got to set up the foundations of our mind so that when we're out shopping, it doesn't feel overwhelming. We're ready for these phases. We're ready for these changes. The key is, I have what I need to wear when you wake up in the morning. You may feel stressed when you walk into your closet any day of the week. It can happen. It doesn't matter if a stylist has come in and shown you what to wear and given you pictures. They're not you. They're not your brain. So again, the key is that you have what you need to wear in your closet. That's what we need to get you to. The real struggle is the mental. It's the brain. It's being able to sort in your mind what you're getting dressed for, how you want to feel, what piece is a good starter for that, and build from there. Then we can go into the formulas of completer, accessory, shine, all these little formula pieces that just make it easier, yes. But you got to know what to reach for, and it's got to make sense, and it has to fit your unique style and life phase. I hope now you're starting to feel like you're taking steps forward. You're moving forward in this journey, because it is a journey. And I'm so honored to get to do this with you. And I hope that what I'm saying is resonating with you. I hope that it's not causing stress or anxiety, but that it's actually giving you hope that you don't have to have this figured out today. We just need to start somewhere. And this is an obtainable start. Let's start with narrowing it down. Move to a list and repeat, repeat, repeat.